Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector, everyone, to the channel where history meets treasure and where every coin tells a story far bigger than the metal it struck from. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after pieces of American coinage, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters all around the world. We are talking about the 1972 Liberty half-dollar, a coin that at first glance might look like just another pocket change relic from the past, but in reality, it holds a story of craftsmanship, American heritage, and unimaginable value. If you think old coins are just about face value, you are in for a surprise, because this particular half-dollar has reached an astonishing market value today of $765,000. Yes, you heard that right, over $750,000 for a 50-cent coin. So buckle up and get ready, because by the end of this video, you will never look at spare change the same way again. History of the 1972 Liberty half-dollar. The journey of the 1972 Liberty half-dollar is woven into the larger fabric of America's coinage system. While the Liberty figure on United States coins has been a proud symbol since the earliest days of the Republic, the half-dollar denomination has always held special prestige. Half-dollars were large, heavy, and highly visible pieces of currency that carried both symbolic weight and everyday usefulness in circulation. The design of the Liberty half-dollar continued a tradition that stretched back through different artistic renderings of liberty, each meant to reflect the ideals of freedom, democracy, and national pride. By the 1970s, coins were transitioning from silver into more base metal compositions due to the rising cost of silver and changes in monetary policy. This made coins like the 1972 half-dollar not only a tool of commerce but also a reflection of the changing economic times in the United States. The 1972 Liberty half-dollar stands out in history because of its limited production quirks, its scarcity in high grades, and the stories that surround the few that remain in pristine condition. It is coins like this that fuel the passion of collectors who know that finding the right year, the right mint mark, and the right condition can mean unlocking hidden wealth that lies forgotten in drawers, jars, and old coin albums. Value and worth in circulation. Originally, this coin was just 50 cents in everyday commerce. People spent it at grocery stores, movie theaters, gas stations, and diners without a second thought. It jingled in pockets, slipped through cash registers, and was handed over in daily transactions like any other coin. Yet, as years passed and collectors realized how rare certain 1972 strikes were, its status began to grow. What was once just a humble half-dollar became an object of desire, especially for numismatists hunting for high-grade, error-free, or exceptionally well-preserved examples. Over time, these coins vanished from circulation as collectors and treasure seekers pulled them aside. The ordinary became extraordinary, and the ordinary face value gave way to soaring premiums as auctions and private sales pushed prices higher and higher. Current market value. Now we arrive at the truly jaw-dropping part of the story. The 1972 Liberty half-dollar in pristine, near-perfect condition has reached an unbelievable market value of $765,000. That is a number that defies imagination when you consider this coin's face value is only 50 cents. But the beauty of coin collecting is that value is never just about denomination, it is about history, condition, rarity, and demand. Collectors today are willing to pay record-setting prices for the finest examples of this coin because it represents more than money. It represents a slice of American culture, a snapshot of the early 1970s, and a testament to the artistry and symbolism that coins carry. Closing hook into the video. So as we dive deeper into the story of this coin, I want you to imagine the thrill of holding a piece of history in your hand, knowing that what was once change from a grocery store in 1972 could today be worth enough to buy a luxury home, a rare car collection, or even set you up for life. This is the magic of numismatics, the hunt, the discovery, and the incredible transformation of everyday objects into priceless treasures. Stick around, because we're going to explore what makes the 1972 Liberty half-dollar so valuable, how to spot one, and why it has captured the fascination of the collecting world like few coins ever have. Today, you are in for a true treat because we are going to explore one of the most mysterious, legendary, and highly prized coins to ever come out of the U.S. Mint. That's right, we're talking about the 1995 Liberty half-dollar, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors alike. So sit back, relax, and let's take this incredible journey together as we unravel the full story of this rare beauty, the history behind it, why it is so special, and how it has reached astronomical values in today's market, a jaw-dropping $434,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $500,000 for a single coin that once circulated in everyday commerce. Now let's start at the very beginning. The half-dollar denomination in the United States has always been one of prestige. Since the earliest days of the Republic, half-dollars carried both symbolism and heavy use in trade. In fact, in the 1800s, half-dollars were one of the workhorses of American coinage, seeing widespread circulation because they held substantial value for the time. As the decades passed, different designs appeared, from the iconic flowing hair half-dollar to the bust series, then the seated Liberty, and later the barber half-dollar. Each design reflected the nation's growing sense of identity and artistry. By the mid-20th century, the half-dollar gained another level of prestige with the introduction of the Franklin half-dollar in 1948, and then the Kennedy half-dollar in 1964 following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. These coins, especially the silver issues of the 1960s, were beloved by Americans. But as silver was removed from coinage after 1970 and the half-dollar gradually fell out of daily use, it became more of a collector's item than a coin you would get back in change at the store. Fast forward to the 1990s. The U.S. Mint, continuing its long tradition of striking Kennedy half-dollars, issued the 1995 P half-dollar out of the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, it may look like just another Kennedy half-dollar, shiny, clad, and familiar. But in the world of coin collecting, not all coins are created equal. What makes the 1995 P coin so fascinating is that while millions were struck for circulation, an extraordinary few examples came out in nearly flawless condition, with sharp details, beautiful luster, and a near-perfect strike that makes them stand out far above the rest, and this is where the magic happens. Coin grading, the process of examining and certifying the condition of coins, has elevated certain specimens of the 1995 P half-dollar to legendary status. While ordinary circulated examples might be worth only a small premium over face value, those rare, pristine, top-graded coins have sold for staggering sums at auction. The record price for the finest known examples has skyrocketed to the incredible figure of $434,000. Imagine that, a 50-cent piece, originally minted for everyday use, now valued at almost $500,000, why such a high price? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. Collectors know that only a tiny handful of coins achieve the highest grades from professional certification services. Add to that the enduring popularity of the Kennedy series, and you have a recipe for extreme competition whenever one of these gems appears on the market. Every collector wants the best of the best, and when two or more determined bidders face off at auction, the price can climb to unbelievable heights. But beyond the money, this coin represents something more. It is a reminder of America's story, of our traditions in coinage, and of how even in the modern era, treasures still exist hiding in plain sight. It tells us that sometimes the most ordinary-looking coin in your pocket change can hold extraordinary value if you know what to look for. The 1995 P Liberty half-dollar is more than metal, it is history, art, and investment all rolled into one. So as we continue in today's video, we'll break down everything you need to know: how to identify the 1995 P half-dollar, what details separate the common coins from the rare treasures, what grading terms like MS68 and MS69 really mean for value, and of course, why the very best of these coins have earned their place among the most valuable modern US coins ever sold. Stay tuned, because this is not just another story about a coin. This is the story of how a 50-cent piece became a $434,000 legend.